The city and Synergy Credit Union are working together to help with future expansion in Lloydminster. Last night, City Council approved the motion for the city to trade land with Synergy.
The city purchased land to facilitate the couplet. So we've got remnant pieces, and then so we're swapping those pieces for some land that'll be north of their site to facilitate that property.
The land the city will receive from Synergy will allow council to look at more possibilities for future expansion.
In the future, it'll just give the city options on what to do with the properties adjacent right to Highway 16. Okay. If you notice that Petro-Canada site is kind of congested and tight, so a little bit.
Power services between Saskatchewan and Alberta could soon be shared. A Calgary energy company, Rocky Mountain Power, is proposing cross-border technology, linking grids from both provinces. The proposal is in its early stages. Currently, the company is talking to customers for feedback. If given the green light, power sharing would start near the end of 2014.
For a 150 megawatt station to be placed right close proximity to Lloydminster to connect those two grids and move power back and forth between the two provinces. Pretty exciting project.
Right now, both provinces operate on completely separate grids that don't share information. Rocky Mountain Power says this proposal could be an efficient solution to increase power needs in both provinces. Well, Lloydminster drivers will soon notice a change at the railway crossing just north of 52nd Street and 40th Avenue. The city will be replacing a stop sign with warning lights. Officials say constant stopping at the crossing is causing a headache and repairs.
And two, it'll just help facilitate that area. Right now there's just a stop sign. There's a lot of truck traffic on that roadway, and it causes a lot of damage to the road.
The new lights will cost just under $200,000, but the city is receiving some help from the Builds Canada program.
It's not an issue of warrants. It's an issue of, like I said, the funding is available, and it just makes sense to do because we're doing repairs to the road all the time.
The new lights are expected to be installed by midsummer. Well, there have been huge strides in cancer research over the past few years, and new information is emerging, focusing on the impact of physical activity on preventing and treating the disease. The University of Alberta has been working on putting patients through strenuous activities to improve their quality of life. Mike Baden has the story.
Aerobic, cardiovascular, yoga, and weightlifting exercises all have a huge impact on staying healthy and fighting off cancer.
There's a lot of different mechanisms that we're exploring. All we know right now is that it does. So whether or not it's helping the immune system or if it's helping different biomarkers, we're not sure, but we do know it helps.
Even though the reasoning is still unknown, the stats show it helps. Leon Ducek is currently fighting breast cancer. She's always tried to maintain a healthy lifestyle and says pushing through the fatigue of treatment is important.
So you think, well, my body needs rest, but you maybe just got to push yourself a little bit more, and in this message here will give you that motivation to push yourself a little bit more and exercise.
The University of Alberta has 27 patients in the program right now, focusing mainly on colon and breast cancers, with the hope of learning about and expanding to other cancers through continued research.
It's definitely a new field. Of course, the research is ahead of what most people know. So what I'm really trying to do is present the information so that it gets out there to the people that need it.
Staying physical has also shown that it improves your diet, sleeping pattern, and overall quality of life.
I mean, it takes me a lot of talking to get myself on the treadmill, but after half an hour or so on the treadmill, I feel good, and then I can go do other things.
Mike Baden, Newcap News.
The SPCA's comedy cabaret is close to being sold out, and now the organization is looking for silent auction items. Jennifer and Allison tell us how you can donate and introduce us to a few pets full of energy on this week's Pet Project.
Hi and welcome to this week's Pet Project. I'm at the Lloydminster and District SPCA with Jennifer, and this is Adele.
Yes, Adele is a 2-year-old American Pit Bull Terrier cross. She is fully up to date on her vaccines. She's also been spayed and microchipped. All she needs is a rabies vaccine. She is a very high energy dog. She does require an experienced owner. She tends to come off fairly strong around other dogs. Because of that, and because she is so high energy, she is on our experienced owners program, which just requires an extra application if you're interested in her. She doesn't seem to mind too much about cats or anything like that. She does pretty well around them. But really the best thing to do if you're interested in Adele is just come down to the shelter for a meet and greet.
And this here is Pretzel.
Yes, Pretzel is a 5-month-old domestic short hair. She is wiggling to go right now. She's a typical kitten. She wants to go and play and do all these different things. She does enjoy getting her snuggles in, but that's pretty much just when she's been played out for the day. She is 5 months old. She is up to date on her vaccinations. She just needs a rabies vaccine. She's also just been recently spayed and microchipped and pretty much ready to go.
Jennifer, you guys are about a month away from your comedy cabaret.
We are. It's going to come up really fast, and we're actually already 3/4 sold. So if anybody hasn't gotten their tickets yet, it's best thing to do is get on it, get those tickets right away. We're also looking for silent auction items for the comedy cabaret. So if anybody has an item that they are willing to donate, the best thing to do is just call the shelter at 875-2809.
Perfect. And thanks for joining us on this week's Pet Project.
The Pet Project is sponsored by Quick Pick Waste Disposal. Locally owned and operated and serving urban, rural, and industrial customers in Lloydminster and region.
Coming up, pain at the pump. Gas prices continue to rise, but is there an end in sight? That story after the break.
Stocks and oil prices brought to you by Spectrum Restoration. When disaster strikes, don't wait. Call the professionals at Spectrum Restoration, a certified member of the Canadian Disaster Restoration Group.
The Bellies and Babies Extravaganza trade show is back. Organizers say it will be 2 days of prizes, contests, and exhibits on maternity, babies, and family, along with the many local vendor displays. This highlights a year of baby fashion show, a baby crawl race, and a surprise appearance from Minnie Mouse.
We have the baby crawl contest. This is the second year doing that. We just get a whole group of babies. There's 2 categories, 6 to 9 months and 10 to 13 months, and they race. And everybody gets a prize in the end. This is our second year. Last year we had an awesome turnout. We had 1,000 people through the doors. It was a lot of fun, and this year is going to be even better.
The event runs March 10th and 11th in the Alberta building at the